Hello, everybody. Welcome to the seventh day of 12 Days of AUTMHQ. I am truly excited for what we've been doing this past week. It has truly been an engagement opportunity of us connecting with the community. For those who do not know who I am Michael Wood Jr. I am the president and CEO of Austin Urban Technology Movement, also known as AUTMHQ. And today is 12 Days of AUTMHQ Talks with our partners. So you're going to hear from amazing individuals who've been supporting and collaborating us for 2022 and have some high hopes and great opportunities for 2023. So let's go ahead and jump in and dive right into this great conversation. And I'm excited to welcome none other than Jake to the stage. So Jake, please say hello, introduce yourself to our audience, and let them know how you're connected to AUTMHQ.
Yes, thanks for having me. My name is Jake Heller, and I am the Senior Global Manager for University Relations and NI's Early Talent Development Program called Generation NI. And I've gotten the pleasure to work with AUTMHQ this year on implementing a software development apprenticeship, and also worked with some sessions for helping with interviewing best practices.
Mhm. And just during this time we've been working together now, Jake, what has been the biggest highlight from our collaboration since the beginning up until now?
I think two things come to mind. I think the first is this: I just really enjoyed working with you and Clifford, as you all are great collaborators. And I think one of the best things is being a part of a business is being able to react to new things, right? So something came up, we talked about it, we came up with a new solution, we moved forward, and I think that's been a really great partnership in being able to provide good opportunities for AUTMites, as well as being able to help our business be able to propel forward. So I really enjoyed that part of the partnership.
Yeah, and I echo that because we have some great opportunities. We have some great events. We have individuals that have collaborated with NI and now work at NI as well. So as I think about our partnership and our collaboration, what has been exciting, right? What has been wow, like this is why I want to work with AUTMHQ to diversify the tech space.
Yeah, I think for our partnership with AutoHQ in particular is really important in the sense that a lot of NI's previous STEM outreach had really been focused on students, kids, people maybe at a university, and I really am excited by this partnership because we get to see the results much quicker. These are working professionals that we're helping being able to transition, upskill, and actually you get to see the impacts really quickly, which is really cool. Instead of you teach a class to someone when they're 12 years old, and then you wait 10, 15 years and maybe they come work for you. Whereas this is really hands-on, it's very practical, and you really get to see the benefits to the individuals, and to see how it's starting to change their perspective and being able to really start a career for them really quickly. But also from a business standpoint, we really get to see the impact of your work much quicker too, which I think is really exciting as someone who works in talent development.
And you touched on the change that happens within the individual. Can you touch on what about internally at NI? What have you seen given the different events we've done, the different volunteer opportunities? What have that looked like internally at NI?
I think probably the biggest thing from my side is being able to help people expand their idea of how you can be in tech and what success in tech can look like. Because I think many people, myself included, went through a long established pathway. If you go to university, you do that for so many years, and you go to university, then you can get a job at these certain places, etc. And really being able to kind of blow that paradigm out and say, hey, there's lots of talented people with really great ideas. You just have to give them the right opportunities and allow for them to be able to start to do really cool stuff for your organization and challenge the way that we think about things, which has been really fun to see.
For sure. Taking this traditional background of individuals with those from non-traditional backgrounds and bringing them together, right? And seeing that magic happen and that cultural exchange happen from different experiences, which is fantastic. So then as we reflect on 2022 and make this transition into 2023, what do you hope that we achieve through our partnership and through our effort?
For me, the biggest thing that I'd like to see for NI is being able to really solidify an alternative channel for talent in the organization. My main job is to work from a university relations, right? But that's only one channel, and I'd really want to continue to solidify and expand and help other parts of our business see the opportunity here by being able to have an alternative channel of people from non-traditional backgrounds to be able to bring their perspective, their experience, their skills, etc., into our working space and being able to actually really do cool things. And so that's what gets me really excited, and I hope to continue to expand on our partnership in 2023.
Yeah, well, for sure, Jake. Shout out to you and the entire NI team. Have been great partners, great supporters. From the beginning and building and molding that relationship over time. And I love seeing the change, within NI and even with our AUTMites, and continue to build on that for 2023. So, Jake, I want to say thank you so much for your time. I'll let you say your farewell while we bring up our next partner to the stage.
Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure, and I look forward to hopefully getting to work with some of you next year.
Beautiful. Thanks, Jake. Oh, Leif. I'm excited because Jake did a good job talking about the things that we're doing with NI and just what that relationship looks like. And now I'm excited for us to talk about Microsoft. So, Leif, can you please introduce yourself and share how are you connected to AUTMHQ?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Leif Hempstead, as Michael mentioned. I work at Microsoft within defense consulting. I'm a director leading the group on that side. And how I got involved with Michael and AUTMHQ. I'm the executive sponsor for Blacks at Microsoft, which is affectionately known as BAM as the acronym, and it's really an employee resource group. And we had the opportunity and pleasure to listen to Michael present last fall, and I love the mission, I love the vision, and really wanted to connect with the team. What was unique, I think, is that there's a lot of groups that are focused on training and development, but I really like to focus on mentoring, cohort, and placement, because it's that ability to take that and really put that into space, into place, so that folks are able to do some amazing things within the work environment and just keep stacking and building, win after win and progress after progress. And then when that happens, suddenly this just becomes this rising tide of positive opportunity that exists within the marketplace. So I'm really excited about that.
And what you're talking about, Leif, is easier said than done, right? Because there are many entities, many organizations that are supporting, workforce development, or education, or training in some way, shape, or form. What is it that you're seeing from your employer network that is, how do I say this, that creates the most opportunity within this line of work?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, a lot of it is just awareness. First and foremost, it's awareness and understanding the opportunities that exist out there. And then second, it's really going through, and I know at Microsoft, and you and I, we face this too, of how do we move the relationship to be less transactional, especially across a large organization, and make it more programmatic, right? So that we can expand the knowledge and awareness of what AUTMHQ does for folks, right? And how we as Microsoft and the rest of our peers across the technical community can span and bridge that and make that become just a part of what we do. And how do we think about that as, where do we hire, where do we retain, how do we develop and grow those pieces? And so I think it's taking that, from the education, training, and putting it into placement, and it needs to be very intentional. It needs to be programmatic, like I mentioned, and not transactional, and really needs to focus on the person, right? While we want to see hundreds of folks be successful in terms of placement, you have to take it where it's programmatic, but you have to really get to the level of person by person and be able to scale and grow that piece out so that people feel connected on that side. And then they feel that there's an opportunity from a placement perspective, and there's huge opportunities are there. So, I almost see our role just as much of working with Michael and team, but also how do we continue to expand across our technical folks, in the industry, and really make this become part of what we do in Central Texas and beyond.
For sure. And I know that Leif, you and I are talking about some great things on the horizon and what we're planning about. But I also know you've worked with several different other organizations. So what is it about Austin Urban Technology Movement that gets you excited to say, like, yes, I want to work with them and continue on this relationship?
Yeah, and maybe a little repetitive to what Jake said, but it's people. I mean, getting to know you and your team, Michael, easy to collaborate. There's a passion and a purpose that you're being driven for and from, and that really makes it easy because when you can see that passion, it really, passion ends up rubbing off, and it ends up being an area where you want to be part of that and contributing to that. So that's a big piece. And then second, when you see and hear about people's success, right? Because when that happens, you know that the organization's doing great things. You know that the people involved, like I mentioned, have a mission and purpose there. And that's when you want to, take that time and opportunity to come in, because it is organizations like you that really, lift all. And that's the opportunity that we have ahead. And I can't wait to partner more and more with you going forward here in the next several months and years ahead.
Mm-hmm. And as you talk about, people want to see success, people want to see the effort. That is so true. As you talk to, different entities of all different sizes, they always want to know, like, what have you done and what are you doing? So as I look back on 2022, we've added several different Microsoft certifications to our pathways. We've engaged with several Microsoft events and volunteer opportunities. But 2023 is on the horizon. So what does that look like for you, Leif? What are some efforts and some partnerships that you hope that we achieve for the next year?
Yeah, I think the first piece is about just being intentional in terms of placement across different roles that really match up well with, the program and capability that you and the team are building. I think that's first and foremost. I think second is just continuing to elevate, AUTMHQ across Microsoft and the other technology companies, and being an impetus and linchpin for us to be able to do that. Because it's not going to be just one company. It's going to be all of us working together to achieve that. And then third, very relationship driven person, and the ability to continue, while we want to be programmatic, the ability to continue to build those relationships and cement those will be the foundation for growth in the future. And then I think last but not least, it's sharing the stories about people that have been positively impacted, right? The ability to learn and grow, the ability to have mentors and be part of a cohort, and the being well placed, and seeing how that's helping from a confidence standpoint, capability, and the way that team members in those pieces in the companies and organizations are part of continue to grow and kind of multiply again that positivity that we talked about.
And I completely echo that. I love hearing from my AUTMites when they say, I got a job at Samsung, a job at Tesla, a job at Google, a job at NI. It's like, yes, that's what we want to see. You want to see those testimonials because that allows us to then talk to the next person, right? And be able to connect with them, because not every story connects with everyone, right? There's something in the story that allows someone to say, yes, like that could be me. And I want to work with that entity to get to that end result. So when you talk about trust, right, not being transactional and building relationships, like that's one of the reasons why we partner with Microsoft, partner with NI, because of that consistent collaboration. So Leif, I want to thank you because I'm excited for 2023. So y'all stay tuned for next year. But Leif, I'll let you say goodbye while we welcome our next partner to the stage.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good one. Welcome, Steven. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing good, and I hope those that are watching virtually and will watch it later are also doing well. Steven, I'm excited to bring you up because a lot of the work that we're doing is supporting our efforts with Microsoft, NI, and any other our employer partners. So, Steven, can you please introduce yourself and just share with those that are watching, how are you connected to Austin Urban Technology Movement?
Sure. Thank you. Happy to be here, and thank you again for the invitation. My name is Stephen Alford. I am the Corporate Relationship Manager at Harvard Business Publishing. And here at the Corporate Learning Department of Harvard Business Publishing, we partner with organizations that want to leverage technology for management and leadership development. And we're excited to partner with AUTMHQ and offer its members access to our learner-driven platform called Harvard Manage Mentor Spark, or simply referred to as Spark. So that's who I am, and pretty much how we are partnering with Autumn. where we've been talking with Michael and other members of Autumn HQ, such as Clifford Dukes. Been talking with them throughout the 2022 year. And now we're excited to implement the Harvard Management or Spark program, our Spark program, in 2023. So we'll be launching this very soon in 2023. Stay tuned.
Yeah, and I'm excited to work with Harvard Business Publishing because a piece of what we hear from the employer community is that there's a skills shortage or a problem around hard skills that needs to be addressed. But at the same time, there's also a challenge around soft skills, right? Leadership development, time management, communication skills, conflict resolution. How do we give someone a well-rounded set of skills so that they're able to be successful in whatever type of work environment? And the work that we're doing and building with Harvard Business Publishing allows us to create that environment. So, Stephen, what are you most excited about as we look to focus on this leadership and soft skills for our community members to then enter inside the tech space or even move up inside the industry?
A couple of things that I'm actually excited about, Michael. First off, excited to be partnering with Autumn HQ and offering our Spark platform to its members. If I could just give a little bit of a description about the Spark platform. It's a learner-driven platform in that when you log in, you choose topics that you are interested in. And those topics could range from like career management, emotional intelligence, diversity and inclusion, career management. So there are about 80 courses in there to help you build management and leadership skills. And, the content in there can range from anything from Harvard Business Review articles to videos to podcasts, courses, a whole array of content that best matches your learning style. And I'd say that, what I think I'm most excited about is partnering with Autumn HQ and helping its members build that learning culture within the organization and also helping its members foster skills in areas not only that might be of interest to them, but also help them prepare for the next chapter in their careers.
Exactly. And that's what we want, Stephen, right? Because soft skills has been one of the barriers and one of the areas of opportunity for us to really lean into to help individuals going through training programs, whether that's even the university or not, because just because you have a 4-year degree or 2-year degree doesn't mean you have the soft skills that's needed for that job opportunity that you're going for. So the support that we're creating here around the soft skills is tremendous for our participants and our AUTMites to really have that value. So then as we built this up and we're looking for 2023, I know that you have your own goals as well, Stephen. Harvard Business Publishing have their goals. So then what do you hope that we accomplish within this partnership for 2023 when it comes down to placement of participants, when it comes down to developing soft skills? What are those hopes that you have for 2023?
My hope is to prepare the AUTMites for their next chapter, help you foster skills in the areas that you need in order to succeed in your career, whatever that might be. You'll see once you log into the Spark platform, you'll see there's content in there for every role within the organization, whether you're an individual contributor or a manager, every role in the organization. And learning is a lifelong journey as well. So, you can keep becoming proficient in those skills throughout the course of your career and pick up new skills in other areas as well. So again, my hope for 2023 is to just give you the resources, give the AUTMites the resources that they need in order to help them successfully advance to the next chapter in their careers.
And that's exactly why we partner, Stephen, right? The value that you bring allows us to round out our participants. So those that have any need for additional soft skills, great. Let's make it happen so you could go ahead and get interviewed with NI at Microsoft, right? And rinse and repeat. So, Stephen, that's all the time that we have with you today. So please say your farewell. And I want to say thank you once again while I bring up our next partner.
Thank you again for the invitation. Good luck exploring Spark and have fun.
Beautiful, beautiful. Elaine, how are you doing this wonderful evening?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. I've had a great conversation so far with Jake, with Stephen, with Leif, and now I'm excited to engage with you, Elaine, here today. So Lane, I do want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and share how you're connected with Austin Urban Technology Movement.
Okay, my name is Elaine Lockton. I'm with the African American Youth Harvest Foundation, and we are a partner with AUTMHQ here in Austin, Texas. And one of the things that we do that AUTMHQ offer is opportunities for growth for the clients we serve, whether it be youth as well as adults in the technology area.
And the work that we do, Elaine, is fantastic. Just this past Saturday, we had a technology showcase, which was good, and I truly enjoyed it. Engaging with drones, with robotics, and truly exposing people to the tech industry. So then I'm curious from your perspective, Elaine, because we've done so much work together. What is it that you're most excited about partnering with us as we continue to grow and work together?
Well, really what excites me is, we live in a world that we can't do it by ourselves. And so it really takes partnerships, and the fact that we are able to find a partner to carry that torch on forward with those clients we serve. We prepare, we provide and do some preliminary education for those clients that we serve. And then from there, we can pass them on to AUTMHQ to further their skill sets. Not only we're talking about the youth, but when I hear parents, even as today, talk about how they want to reskill themselves and get engaged with technology because they're so excited about what their children are doing, it's a great opportunity. I can't service you in this area to the length that you want. However, I can refer you to AUTMHQ, who's already have the platform set up for those individuals and adults who's willing to reskill themselves. And so that's what excites me about AUTMHQ, because I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to try to do it myself when I have a partner there as well as in the building to be able to help me serve those that are in need.
Yeah. And the same thing right back at you, Elaine, because we work in individuals that have children, right, that have youth, and it's like that's not where our cup of tea is. We don't do youth development. Yes, we can engage them, we can expose them, get them interested, and when they're 16 and above, let's make that transition. But the work that we do together allows us to work with the whole family, right? So expose individuals, help them with internet, with devices, whatever barrier you need. Let's go ahead and address it so we can move on to the next stage of your career. So, Elaine, as I just think about the things that we've done, I get excited for the future, and I love the things that we have done together. So, given your needs, what has been the biggest highlight of us working together so far?
Well, the biggest highlight is really understanding AUTMHQ and really helping those set pathway forward and being able to really extend someone's ability to really get to self-sufficiency. I mean, that's paramount because without AUTMHQ being in our life, it was a struggle trying to find that organization and entity to really be able to transfer or refer those other clients further on. So that is what's really exciting and really the highlight in what we've done. The showcases, oh my goodness! As you spoke on Saturday, when AJ called me, he says, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need help because it's growing so big." And it's exciting, and through the showcase, it have allowed the youth and the clients to say we want more. And so it looks like we're going to be hosting those showcases more often. It's driven us to really host a winter cyber camp now because they're hungry for that opportunity in technology because they know it's there. And we give them the hope as a partner with AUTMHQ that they can achieve. And that's been some of the greatest highlights is to see everyone coming out of COVID and coming in person and transitioning and really just gravitating toward that understanding and knowledge in the technology field.
Yeah, and what you're saying, Elaine, connects to what Jake was talking about earlier about this pathway, right? Of helping those in elementary, middle, and high school, so that when they do come out, they have an area to go into. And the work that we're doing right now is preparing the future for that. And I think about Saturday, where those parents were there and they were saying, "Oh, what is that you do? Oh, what's the program? What are the options? Tell me more," because like that's a need for them, and they were looking for that. So then the last thing I'll say, Elaine, is as we look for 2023, you mentioned doing the showcases more. I definitely want to continue collaborating. We have our holiday party that's happening on Saturday, which I'm excited about. But what's your hope for our partnership in 2023?
Well, I'm even more excited to know about the Spark program. And the reason why I say that is because coming from a background of technology myself, I have 40 plus years in technology, and understanding that when I started out, my focus was all on technology. Then I got put into management, worked my way up to CIO. But one of the things when I was first put into management, they was like, "Oh, we want you to be a manager." I'm more technical, but what about those soft skills? And so I really think that's a plus in the world because it gives us a balance and it gives everyone a balance. What I'm also more excited about 2023 is as I hear those parents looking to reskill themselves and those opportunities that Autumn HQ has opened up, it gives me more hope for those that we're serving because a lot of the clients are in so low socioeconomic environments. They feel like that they can't because they feel like there's certain things that they're not going to be able to achieve to get where they want to get in the technology field. Autumn HQ, with all of the partners and opportunities, it's going to get them there. There are other exciting things that I want to talk to you further about because I think there's more certification opportunities that we can offer our youth. And we really want to begin to prepare them earlier on because our strategy is called Cradle to Contributor, C to C, C to C. And basically, we start developing youth early on in technology all the way through adulthood. And with that partnership, as we began to bring on more and introduce of this new era of technology to those who have been in other fields, I'm more excited because you cannot get into a more sustainable career field if you're not in technology or you don't have a doctor's or a CPA. So I'm excited about what 2023 is going to bring to our clients, those who think they can't, we can show them they can.
For sure. So for those that are watching it now live, but also watch it later, reach out to Youth Harvest Foundation and reach out to Autumn HQ because we're all about that K to adulthood, right? And we got our partners to support us. So Elaine, I want to say thank you and say farewell while we bring up our last but not least partner for today.
Thank you. And you guys have a wonderful evening.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Elaine.
How you doing, Mike?
Hi, doing good, Ruben. I hope you are enjoying the conversation as much as I am.
Yes, I am.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you for having me. My name is Ruben Ramirez. I am the manufacturing coordinator for the Advanced Manufacturing Department here at Austin Community College. And we started working together, I believe it was the last year. And Autumn HQ started coming to our orientations and started, creating an awareness with our students because we didn't have this partnership prior. So we weren't aware of all the things that you guys were offering. So then we brought you guys in to come in and at our orientations, like I said, and pretty much tell students what you guys do, who you guys are. And then we started to work that way and build that way.
Yeah. And I loved it, Ruben. I love the work that you do at Austin Community College and the fact you've been so opening for us to come and engage with the students to provide that resource, right? Because our ultimate goal is that if individuals are going through a training program, it's unfortunate if they spend this time and energy, then they don't get the job at the end of the day, right? Like that. That's ultimately what the end goal is. And we're excited to work with Austin Community College to make that happen. So then, Ruben, given your experiences, working at ACC and everything that's been going on, why are you excited to work with Austin Urban Technology Movement?
Man, I'm excited because everything that's happening in Central Texas right now. You know that Samsung is building a $17 billion plant. We know Applied Materials is building a $5 billion plant in Hutto. Tesla has started to do their thing and set up headquarters here in Austin, Texas. And so it's a big tech bubble, right? That's happening right here in our backyard. And unfortunately, some of our students don't have the proper training and don't have, the background to be able to work in these fields. So with ACC, with AUTMHQ, that's what we're doing. We're trying to create that talent, build that talent up, and provide classes from robotics to electronics. And you guys have been like a big, huge supporter and a big, huge resource for our students. I mean, I can't tell you how, we've had several students that didn't have a computer and they were able to get one through AUTMHQ. Students who needed bus passes, students who actually got paid to take some of our classes. And then I like how even at the end, I think you were even reaching out to the fathers of particular students and took it even further. And I was like, whoa, okay, this is big. This is different. You don't normally see these kind of things. So, I'm excited to be partnering up with you guys. I know there's a lot more that you guys have to offer that we didn't necessarily explore. I did, I know that some of our students are still connected with you guys and still doing things with you guys. But within that 8 weeks course, it was very intense. It's very, it goes very fast. So students, sometimes don't have a lot of time to explore everything, but the ones that took advantage of it, the ones that did, came out very happy and successful, and a lot of them, I don't know if you remember Eugene ended up landing a big job this guy had offers everywhere and he ended up landing a big job at Samsung. And you guys were part of his success. He didn't have a computer, and you guys were able to get that. He didn't have Wi-Fi. You guys were able to get that. So all these little resources really help some people. Not everyone has the resources that we think everyone, that most of us think that we all have. Not everyone has those resources. So it's an unfair playing field. But when you provide these resources to students who don't and help them reach their goals and succeed, that feels good. That's a partnership that I want to be involved in, and I want to continue to build on that.
Man, we could end right here, Ruben. We could just pack up and go home. I'm loving the energy, and I love hearing the stories, because I know when, I've engaged with AUTMites, giving them the laptop, helping them with the internet, and like how things just completely change for them, right? It's a game changer. It's eye-opening, and it's beautiful, because that's exactly what we want to hear. We want to see this continued effort, and I'm loving the collaboration here, right? Just engaging with families that are coming through Youth Harvest Foundation, have them engage with Spark or ACC, and having them work at NI, Samsung, Microsoft, right? And create that real and just over and over and over again, moving people to the next step. So that you mentioned Eugene, you mentioned some stories, but I have to ask you, Ruben, what has been the biggest highlight working with us so far in 2022?
I mean, the biggest highlight is just seeing our students succeed, seeing them go through the program, get the resources they need, and be successful. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about people. We're touching lives. We're touching, we're helping them succeed. I mean, I had several students who were, fell on some hard times, were living in the Salvation Army and had come through, got the program, got resources from AUTMHQ, and were able to get over the hump and get back to normal living. And that's huge. I mean, when you have people who are basically homeless and, and are able and have what it takes to actually succeed, but just fell on some hard times and got the proper resources, the proper training, and now they're back, making close to six figures. I mean, that's amazing. We have a lot of talent here in the city. There's talent, there's a lot of successful people, but sometimes people fall on some hard times. Maybe they made some bad choices. Could be financial, it could be, marital problems. There's a lot of issues, but sometimes people just need that little push, and to get them over the hump. So I'm excited to see how you guys evolve, because I know you're a forward thinker, and you're progressive, and you're always looking at how to expand this. So I'm excited to see how you guys will evolve, and then at the same time how we can evolve with you guys, because this is something new. Tech is big in our city. The fact that you guys are tackling that not too many people are, and the fact that there's diversity in the workplace is huge. Our students, I mean, I'm around all the east side of Austin, promoting our programs to all the high schools, and these students are capable. All they need is just a little help, a little bit of resources, and honestly, I want to get more into the mentoring piece with you guys as well. But I know that we're just, this is just kind of our first year, and we should have a lot more success and a lot more growth in 2023 for sure.
Exactly. And that's what I've shared with all of our partners, is that we don't want this to be transactional, right? To echo what Life stated, is that this is a relationship, right? And I see you all as family, right? I want you to hold us accountable. We're going to hold you all accountable. We're all going to play our roles. And when we look back a year later, we're going to be like, wow, we did that. We did that collectively. And that's what I want to see. So Ruben, that's all the time we have here. So I want to say thank you
for having us.
For sure. So Ruben, I'll let you say your farewells, and we'll transition.
No, just man, thank y'all for having us. We look forward to continuing to build this bridge between the community, between you guys, and between our students. So let's just keep going hard. And 2023, man, that's make it a bigger, better year than 2022.
Love it. Well, for those that are staying here to the end, I want to say thank you so much. For those that will watch it later, please submit your questions to us. Still reach out if anything came up that you have a question about. We're here for you. So as we wrap up, I do want to invite you all to RSVP for the remaining 12 days of AUTMHQ. Today is day 7, so that means we have 5 more days left. The 2 that I want to highlight is on Thursday, we're having our Merry Happy Hour at the Dogwood at the Domain. And then on the 17th, which is Saturday, we are wrapping up with our community holiday party. We're going to have games, we're going to have food, we're going to have entertainment, giving out gifts to the community. So please come and stay tuned. RSVP. It'll be on December 17th, which is Saturday, from 6 to 8:30 at Austin Central Library. Hope to see you all there. And thank you once again for tuning in to 12 Days of AUTMHQ. Have a good one, y'all.